Hi YouTube, welcome back. Well, canning is not the only way to preserve your harvest. Today, we're dehydrating. Stay tuned. So, I'm dehydrating celery for the first time. Well, I'm dehydrating a lot of stuff for the first time over the next couple of weeks because I had never had a dehydrator before. Now, this celery is unwashed, so you can see dirt, but we're going to cut it all up and then rinse it off, wash it really good in a strainer. And then we're going to blanch it. I watched a video last night. I will link it down below, since I've never done this before. So I watched a video, and she said that you want to blanch it first so that the pores are open when it dries. That way, when you go to rehydrate it, it will soak up the water easier. I don't know. We're going to try it that way, though. She said you can use the leaves, too, but we're not going to do that today. Maybe next time, but this is the first time, so we'll just stick with the good part, and we'll go from there. My water has come to a boil. My celery is all washed and pretty and dirt-free. So we're just going to dump all this into the boiling water and wait till it returns to a boil. It took a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes, and then it started boiling again. I could have even used less water actually, but it's okay. They're ready to go. While they're still hot, we're going to put them on the trays. Now your celery is hot. It's very hot. So using the spoon. Now, in the video, she used the mesh screens for her dehydrator trays because these will dehydrate to almost nothing. The celery is, so much of it is water. I don't have those, so I have these little fruit leather trays. I'm going to use those if we can get them all to fit on there, because I have 6 of these fruit leather trays, which will cover 3 of the shelves. Oh yeah, that'll be enough. It's almost half gone already. And she didn't have it real thin, there wasn't space in between each one or anything like that, so and hers dehydrated just fine. I think these will too. The dehydrator that I'm using is a Cabela brand 6-shelf dehydrator. Now the reason that I want to preserve celery is we don't use that much. Anytime I buy a stalk of celery, most of it goes bad before we finish it because recipes usually only call for a couple of stalks. And we don't eat a lot of celery, so the rest usually goes bad. I would prefer to be able to do this. It'll also take up a lot less room when it's dehydrated. This will all fit in one jar when it's done. Well, it only took about 11 hours. I checked them before I went to bed. They shrink a lot. I didn't know this ahead of time. So now all we gotta do is put them in a clean, dry jar. I rewash the jar and then put it in the oven for just a couple minutes at a low temp just to make sure it was really dry. So it's a little warm. I can touch it, but I don't want to touch it for very long. It's warm. I just want to make sure that it's clean and dry. I think I should have washed my canning foam. That would have made this easier. It worked really well. I think these fruit butter trays or fruit leather trays did very well for this job. How do you store 5 stalks of celery in a very small space all winter long? Just like that. So today we're working on carrots. Now these I grew, so we do have some funky carrots. Makes it a little bit harder to peel, but tastes just as good. They've been washed and scrubbed. So now I'm just going to peel, and then I'm going to slice. And then I'm going to blanch, just the same as the celery. I know you don't want to watch me do this, so we will be back as soon as I'm back. Well, all the carrots are peeled and we're slicing. The real thin ones, I just kind of chunked them up. But the thicker ones, slice them with the mandolin. They're all about the same size. If I'm worried about it being pretty, I'll use the pretty slices. Doesn't really matter. I did have a couple of nice carrots. But then I'm going to give them another rinse off, just to be sure, and then get them in the hot water, boiling, and we'll be right back.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, we've blanched our carrots, and now we're just going to spread them out. I'm going to use the same trays as I did for the celery, and we'll see how it works.
And you too?
Not as many, because, well, I didn't grow that many carrots. But hey, last year I only got 1 carrot, other than like little itty bitty tinies. I only got 1 like actual carrot, so this is really good. And we have eaten a few.
I have a piece.
No, these are getting dehydrated. I always want to eat my carrots. And I couldn't even get them all in the house without them wanting to eat several of my carrots. Outside, in the garden. They don't care if there's dirt on it. So we are going to bake this at 130 degrees. And this will probably be a really short time since there's not that much. Yeah, because it's not even filling up 2 whole trays. So yeah, it's not going to take long. I'll let you know how many hours. Love you too. Well, the final verdict, it took 9 hours. Of course, there wasn't very much, so if it's actually full, I'm sure it would take longer. But so, while my dinner's going on the oven, on the stove, I'm going to get these in the jar. They shrunk up a good bit. Not quite as much as the celery did, but, you know, it's carrots, not celery. I didn't have a lot to start with. Don't even remember how many there were. But a lot of them were small or funky forked because they're from my garden. So these are all mine. Unlike the celery, which was store-bought. These are all mine. But I'll keep adding to it as I get carrots. So, thanks for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, life's an adventure. Thanks for joining me in mine. God bless.